What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Neve Campbell yet again for Scream 6. Only this time, not the greatest news, or at least not the greatest article I want to talk about. Now, look, this is not, I really want to be honest, right? This is not clickbait. This is honestly just my opinion on it, and I have a lot to say. So instead of just rambling along, I'll get straight into it so we can get through everything. So pretty much this is an interview with Tyler, right? One of the two directors of the movie, and he said, so whether they are there or not, they're there, right? You can't have a Scream movie without their influence, without this sense of what that legacy is. I will stop there before it gets too dangerous, and then the article continues to say, the Scream franchise is known for providing meta commentary and humor based around the tropes of the horror genre, which often means playing havoc with the viewer's expectations. So this was in direct response to talking about both Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell, okay? And this was the response. Now, again, the reason, I don't know what necessarily I even titled this, right? So maybe I just sound stupid here. I don't want to come across clickbaity, but I am getting slightly concerned that it's taking, well, not that it's taking so long, right? Because nobody's been announced. Like Courtney Cox hasn't even been announced, and yet she's on the casting. Well, I mean, we know she signed on. It's the funny, weird thing with her, I guess, with this entire situation. They're literally running with, you know, the behind-the-scenes kind of labeling of this movie. She's the only cast member. Not Melissa Barrera, not Jenna Ortega, Courtney Cox. So weird. And she hasn't even officially signed on in terms of, like, her Instagram or what, you know, we've been told from like an Entertainment Weekly or a Variety, right? We haven't heard like the details of the contract or the fact that she signed a contract. It's just kind of assumed mutually from everybody assumed at this point that Courtney Cox is in. Now, because she's in, I find it very hard to believe that Neve Campbell wouldn't come back. I also think it'd be very stupid for them to not have Neve Campbell. Now, it's up to her. It's not up to them. So when I say that, you know, don't take that the wrong way. I guess what I mean is it would be very stupid of them to do something so bad, you know, with the script or so poorly executed that Neve Campbell reads it and says, no, I'm not doing this, or you didn't reach my money threshold, I'm not doing this, right? And I've said this 1,000 times, I'll say it one more time. I don't understand that argument from her in the first place. I very much respect her, and I respect her character of Sydney Wright a ton. And I say it kind of jokingly, you know, kind of like half-heartedly, but it's like, if you read that Scream 5 script and you thought that was like a masterpiece and that's what convinced you to come back, the threshold is not very high. Okay, let's just be real. You're not looking for the greatest script of all time. You're not looking for like the greatest, you know, script writers out there to hand deliver you like in gold, you know, your golden script. You're looking for a script that's solid, you know what I mean? And you're looking for a script in which you don't die, in which Sydney doesn't die. So I want to make it clear that I still expect her to be in this movie. I would be very disappointed if she's not in this movie. I think she will. I think she will be announced in the cast. She may be the last one announced, just like she was the last time. But I will say this. I don't love that quote. Because that quote, while it can very much be kind of like a nothing burger, you know what I mean? If Neve is announced that she's in, we look back at this quote and we say, I don't really think he even needed to, you know, answer the question, or I really don't think that line meant anything. But right now reading it, and again, that's why I don't want to play around with the clickbait, but I want to just kind of make it clear where I stand. Whether they're there or not, they're there. You can't have a Scream movie without their influence, without the sense of what that legacy is. So what that basically tells me is, like, no matter what, their spirit is always going to be felt. No matter what, you're always going to know, I guess, where these movies came from. You know what I mean? So the spirit of, like, Sydney, Gale, even Dewey will always be in these movies. And that's all, you know, fine and dandy. But if this is used, and again, retroactively, if we find out in a few months that Neve isn't in this movie, you look back at this quote and say, okay, was this them getting ahead of it, where it's like, well, we want to get in front of this by just telling you that even though she's not in it, she declined, she's still in it. You know what I mean? And so it's weird, the kind of word. I mean, it's like a normal thing for these people to do, right? This is kind of how they talk, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I wouldn't love that. So I hope, really, in my opinion, there's only those two ways of looking at it. Either you're saying it just like kind of fun and it's like a normal thing to say, and it's like, well, of course, like these characters are always in the movie, whether they're there or not. Oh, but by the way, both of them are in the movie. But yet again, you know, that's one way. And the other way is, well, even if one declines, you know, I mean, we don't have the person who started it. She's still kind of in it. I mean, she's not, but she is, right? Everybody agree? You know, and so that's what I think that's the other way of reading it. And I pray to God it's not that one. It doesn't help that nobody's been announced. Again, this isn't like a Neve Campbell thing as of right now. It's like, well, nobody right now technically. You know what I mean? There is no cast. There isn't. Melissa Barrera isn't filming. Jenna Ortega, all of this stuff. So I don't want to harp too much on it because within the next month we're gonna get those answers. But just kind of crazy that I guess it's getting a little worrying how people are talking about it, I should say. And it's not necessarily any one in particular's fault, but I will say, and I still hold this point, like, if she's not in it, I'm gonna blame them. I don't come across, and I hope I never have, and I never will, like, I don't, like, lick Hollywood's boots. Like, I'm not bowing down to Hollywood elite or, like, these celebrity actors and actresses. Like, I respect Neve Campbell as an individual like I respect anybody. I love Sydney Prescott. It couldn't have happened without her. Like, obviously, there's that level to it, but I'm not gonna, like, bow at her feet. But, again, the only thing I can think of, which would be why she would say no, is money. And money at this point, I think she's more than earned, okay? Any kind of money raise or any demand that she kind of has. And really the only other thing I could imagine she would say no to, and she said it out loud, is if Sydney dies. You know what I mean? I don't think, like, the quality, like, she's going to give the script a grade and the script is a C+, and it needed to be, like, a B- in order for her to be in it. Again, like, I would just use the evidence of the Scream 5 script. Like, she didn't die in that. Say she didn't die in the Scream 6 script, and neither of them are, like, incredible. You know what I mean? It's not the greatest thing you've ever read, but it's not garbage and you don't die. So again, like, if she's not in it, I'm blaming radio silence. I'm blaming the writers. I'm blaming the contract, whoever comes up with the money and gives them the money. That's who I'd be blaming. But we'll see. Again, this could all, and I hope it is. I hope this is literally for nothing, and that in a month and a half, or even less, probably, we know she's in it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're all subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.